Ever experience audiophile room acoustics anxiety? In the past, I've been unsure if my room acoustics was ruining the sound of my hi-fi system. And if you've ever worried about this problem, then try this hack. Okay, I'll admit this is a right brain audiophile hack. If you're 75% left brain audiophile, this may not work for you. You may require more measurements and data and proof, but let me remind you, when it comes to room acoustics, there is only improving the acoustics in your room. There is no perfecting the room acoustics in a real living space. John Darko, Apos.audio, has done a number of really excellent videos on the room acoustics and the real problems of them, the treating both of his most recently in Portugal, his new apartment, and his place in Berlin. But very recently, he did a video with, his name was an interview with Jesko Lohan, an acoustics expert and recording studio consultant. A video, John Darko, it's called Small Room Acoustics for Beginners. And in that, Jesko Lohan says clearly there is no perfecting your room acoustics. The goal is just about improving them. So that's for all of you left brain dominant, I need measurements and proof. Clearly, the path to improving listening room acoustics is important. Room acoustics is a real thing, but my choice is that I have an office which is separate, doubles as a guest bedroom, that I have the opportunity that I could make that my dedicated listening room. I could do room acoustic treatments in there, but I'm a very social person. My choice is, when I want to enjoy my listening time and be in my audiophile happy place, I don't want to isolate myself alone in a private, secluded listening room. That's just my choice. As a result, I listen, my primary listening system is in the living room, which is about an 18 by 18 foot room, but it's very irregular. It's actually really, it's one side is completely open to the bar area and is, what is it? It's a very irregular shaped room, and it's our living room first, and my listening room second. But that's my primary listening position. So I had questions, doubts, uncertainty about how is my room messing up the sound that I'm hearing in my listening position from an audio system that I love. So my hack to answer this question is to take the room acoustics completely out of the equation by utilizing headphones. So my logic is, if when I sit in my listening position and I have my Sonus Faber Lumina 5 speakers, center tweeter, 9.5 feet apart, my listening position, I'm sitting at about 11 feet in the triangle, and I have worked very meticulously on positioning and toe in of my speakers to get the holographic center image that I'm looking for in my listening position. And with my uncertainty and anxiety, at the same time, my perception is, when I listen in my listening position, my system sounds gorgeous. beautiful. It's achieving what I'm looking for, what I want. But I also had that doubt, that uncertainty, because I recognize the validity of room acoustics and what's going on. And there are peaks and nulls, and there's bass, and there's all of that. But I'm also aware I'm concerned about how my music sounds when I'm sitting in my listening position, not when I'm walking around. So if in my listening position there was excessive bass or a bass null or treble, ringing or anything, in my listening position, I think my ears, I would detect that. So my approach is, well, let's start with an excellent but affordable pair. These are from Massdrop, Sennheiser HD6xx, open back headphones. I started with these, and then I said, well, those are open back, maybe closed back have different. So my Dan Clark Audio, DCA Aeon 2 Noir, closed back, planar magnetic. These are my most difficult to drive headphones. So I have been doing A/B listening in my listening position and listening to passages of songs that I know extremely well, that I have heard a lot on a lot of different systems, and I know what's in the recording and how it should sound. And starting on the Sennheiser HD6xx, then on the DCA Aeon 2 Noirs, and then on the Meze 109 Pro dynamic driver open back. I think generally, according to audio headphone reviewers, these Aeon 2 Noirs from Dan Clark Audio are in the top 5. Some have it in the top 3 of the best closed back headphones. $900 headphone. The thing that I love about the Meze 109 Pros is they sound good on everything. They sound good. There are, I'm sure, headphones, I think generally considered better headphones if you want to spend a couple of $1,000s. But music on Meze 109 Pros sounds good, sounds really good. These aren't the best, they're an $800 headphone, but my calculus is, if what I'm hearing from my hi-fi system, with all of the room acoustic issues in my listening position, is equal to or better than the sound of music coming from Meze 109 Pros or from the closed back Dan Clark Audio Aeon 2 Noirs, if my listening position sounds equal or better when I A/B listen with these headphones on, then I take them off, play the same passage in my listening position without headphones. If my room acoustics are destroying my listening experience and the sound quality of my hi-fi system in my listening position, when I take these off and I listen with the room, with my ears, I should hear a noticeable degradation, a drop off. It doesn't sound as good. But that's not what I hear. That's not what my ears tell me. Sennheiser HD6xx, open back, Dan Clark Audio Aeon 2 Noirs, Meze 109 Pros, and then in my listening position in my room with the room acoustics, with this oddly shaped open on one side, huge glass windows on the other, irregular shaped. It's not a square or a rectangular. It's some kind of, I don't know, I haven't had geometry for a long time. I already messed up previously in a video. Instead of saying equilateral triangle, I said quadrilateral. Not going there. It's an oddly shaped, interesting room that has every right to mess up the room acoustics and what I'm hearing, But I don't hear that. In my listening position, I would rather sit in my listening position and listen to my music with my Sonus Faber Lumina 5s, with my DAC, with my XTZ, XTZ Edge A2300 Class D amp, because I love the sound of the Sonus Faber. The sound of those speakers, they just have Sonus Faber has a voicing, has a sound, and I love it. I would rather listen to my music in my listening position, in my room, than on any of these headphones. I love these headphones. I listen to them. But if I have 30 minutes or an hour or more and I just have some free time to listen, I'm not putting on the headphones. I'm sitting in my living room, in my listening position, and it sounds at least as good. I think it sounds better than these. That's subjective. I haven't run Room EQ Wizard. I haven't done any measurements. I'm sure as you get and walk around, there are nulls and lulls, and a room acoustics expert would tell me I would need to treat the ceiling and I should put bass traps. Yeah, there are things I could do to improve the room acoustics, but for me, my hack is when I listen, these are legitimately high quality headphones that make music sound excellent. And my room sounds at least as good, and I think better, in my opinion. So that listening experience, that A/B testing, has eliminated my room acoustics anxiety, my room acoustics doubt, my uncertainty, that lingering question. It's like, yeah, but do I have a problem here? Should I order something from Mini DSP and get a microphone and run room EQ and just go down that room acoustics measurement rabbit hole? I don't have that anxiety, that uncertainty, that doubt anymore. I can sit in my listening position in my living room and I'm in my audiophile happy place. Now, last thought. We're recording in my secondary, but I actually spend more time listening. This is our dining room, which is connected through there to our kitchen. And again, I have an office, but I come in every Sunday night and set up my laptop and my extra monitor and my workstation here in the dining room table. And it stays here until Friday night when I break it down and put it back in the office. Because, as I mentioned, I'm a highly social person and I would rather be working on my computer near and around my wife when she's doing things in the bedroom and the kitchen and in her world. Our worlds are together instead of me being on the other side of the condo. Feels to me locked away in my office and isolated. I don't like that. So I do a lot of listening in here. In this room is 15 feet wide and 30 feet long in total. So this is a large room, but when I'm sitting here at the dining room table at my computer, I am near field, essentially, with the KES. I also have in the corner here the matching KEF KC62 subwoofer. And this room is larger. It is rectangular, but it's a big space. And sometimes I'm in the kitchen making coffee or cooking. Sometimes we're sitting at the kitchen counter eating. Sometimes I'm working here. So I am all over the place here. Much bigger challenge. It's not a perfect listening position in an easy chair in this room. I'm sitting up at a desk like this, or I am sitting at the kitchen counter, or I'm walking around. So I have also done listening tests with these 3 sets of headphones. And I think thanks to the DSP and the KEF subwoofer, the KC62 or 162 subwoofer, that it's in a corner, and there's a corner setting. I think the DSP is doing something, because I've turned it up and done the bass crossover to the point where I have a really good, I consider bass as like the cement foundation, the cement footings on which the music is built. And it does that. And I have not done any room EQ sweeps. I don't know what the measurements of the room acoustics in here are. There is, I'm sure, well, my gut is that the RT60, whatever that, reverb time is probably worse in this room, because we have hardwood floors and this is a big glass table. But again, when I have A/B listened with the headphones, I don't think that this, the room, when I'm listening all over in this room with the KEF LS50 Metas and the KC62 subwoofer, I don't think it's better than these as I do in my living room sweet spot listening position. However, I don't feel that it's degraded. What I hear on the Meze 109 Pros and the Dan Clark Audio and2 Noirs and the Sennheiser HD6xx compared to in the room here, it's, I think, equivalent. I listen in so many different positions. I'm not as comfortable saying, yes, it sounds better, but I'm no longer worried about room acoustics in here, and I will never do room acoustic treatments in my dining room, in my kitchen. My living space and the decor and I'm an audiophile because I love the sounds that it treats my ears to, but I love a visual aesthetic also. And it's super important to me that our home where we live is visually beautiful and does the same thing to my eyes aesthetically as music that I love does to my ears. So again, this is Hunter-Gray, and this channel is Hunter-Gray-LUV-Music. This is my audiophile hack for room acoustic anxiety. If you have lingering uncertainty, doubt, and it's bothering you the way it used to bother me, do I have a problem with how my music actually sounds? Try your headphones. If you don't have any headphones, start with the HD6xx for $200 from Sennheiser on Mass Drop. My guess is if you're concerned about this, you probably have a starting or growing collection of headphones. Utilize those, A/B listen, and give yourself permission to enjoy your audiophile happy place. Happy listening. Cheers till next time.